Welcome back. We are mastering logo design from concept to actually creation of logo. This is actually complete beginner to actually a pro. Now we are on module 3, and in this module we are going to talk about research and discovery. Learning objective. By the end of this module, if you are my learner, you will be able to actually understand the importance of research in the logo design process, and then you will be able to actually conduct industry, audience, and competitor research, and then you will be able to actually use research insights to fuel creativity and visual direction, and actually you will be able to actually create an inspiration or mood board to guide design decisions. That is learning objectives. This is actually Alex, Digital Computer Camp. Like the video and actually subscribe to our channel, and actually you can share the video to your friends. Let's get into it. Why research matters in logo design. Great logos don't just look good, they solve branding problems and resonate with specific audiences. Research helps you to actually design with purpose, not just aesthetics. It enables you to actually understand the visual language of the industry and avoid cliches and overused concepts, and actually tailor your design to the needs and expectations of the target audience. That is actually research helps you to do, and actually stand out in a crowded market. That is why research matters a lot. In order for you to actually do this logo design, research is very important. You need to actually consider that one. Types of logo design research. We have 3 types of logo design research, and we'll begin with the first one. It is called industry research. Industry research, here you study the industry of logo you are designing in. For example, study the educational and e-learning industry to understand, because we are doing a case study of an education and e-learning logo design. And actually, common color palette, you need to actually identify, for example, blue for trust, yellow for optimism. You need to actually understand the color psychology. And then you need to actually understand popular symbols, for example, books, light bulbs, graduation caps, and then brains. And then you need to actually do something called design styles, for example, modern versus traditional, friendly versus corporate. And those are types of logo design. And also how what to do in the logo research. The thing you need to actually do during the industry logo research, you need to actually look at 10 to 15 educational company websites or logos. 10 to 15. 10 to 15. People think logo design is something that you just design randomly, combine shapes here and there, and then you have a logo. No, it's something you need to do a lot of research. And then you need to actually identify trends and common design patterns. That's what you need to actually do. And then number B, you have the second type of research, which is called target audience research. Let me take you through industry research of logo. Let me take you through. For example, in order for you to do industry logo research, I will go in a search engine. For example, Google. This is Google. I will go into Google and open my Google Chrome in my computer. After opening Google Chrome, you will search, for example, educational and e-learning e-learning logos, and then you hit enter. Now you are doing industry research. All right, industry research, you come here on the images, you see these types of logo. These are educational types of logo. For example, this one, all these are educational type of logo, and you can see you have graduation caps, you have books in these logos, you have many things you need to actually consider and look for it. These are educational logos. Now you are doing educational industry research. This is actually industry research, and in order for you to actually do this in a good way, for example, this one you have it, this one you have it. In order for you to do this thing very good, you need to have something like a screenshot or something, the way you can actually take this logos and put it somewhere on a mood board where you can actually get to see and analyze them in order for you to come up with a new thing in town. Now, these are educational logos. Huh? You see the way there are many logos here. This is only a research on Google research only. All this is actually logos. All this is actually logos. Now, what we need to do, for example, if you have something like this, you click on it, this logo, it pop up like this, and you can actually take a screenshot. You can open something like snipping tool in a computer and actually use a rectangular snip in order for you to draw, and click just new and draw. For example, I want to draw and take this logo here. I'll do like this, like this. I have it there, and I will open my software, Adobe Illustrator, and then come here under File, New. Alright, I'll create a random file here. For example, just use the dimension I have and then create a not specify, because this is just a mood board. And then here you just Control V, because that image it is on clipboard. You have Control V, hold Shift, and then just enlarge it a little bit for you to see. This is actually a screenshot. You place it there. Now you are making something called a mood board, and I can actually do something like that. I can take a text tool and then type there and then enlarge this text a little bit in order now to identify what we are doing. We are doing mood board. This is actually educational logo, educational logo mood board. Or you can put a title that you want, like that, something symbol like that, and then I can draw something like a line from here to the end. Hold Shift, not that one. I'll take a rectangle. I want a line, I want a line. This thing you need to do thorough research. You make something good, something like a professional. I will put a stroke which is black and then increase the size to actually 5. Something like that, and then I will use selection tool. I move it down a little bit, something like that. Now I have it like that. Now what I will do, I will actually take the artboard tool and then increase this artboard. I will click and drag. I want it to be big because this is a mood board. I want it to be big, right? Something like that. Now I have a big artboard. Now I can paste here my logo and I can actually visualize it very well. That's the way. Let's now go back. Take like 5. You will do 5. You need to do a minimum of 10 to 15. Now I will do 5. Now here I will put here a little subheading. I will say something like, I'll double click inside and say industry research. Industry research. That's the way, and then I will just Control Z, select the text. You need to know how to use these machines very well, this software. I will select here and then change this one to Open Sans regular. Let's do this one. Let me double click on it. I want to change it to, for example, something like Montserrat. So Montserrat bold, it will be good. Bold, because this one is a title. Something like that, and then go into your Google. Then we will take which logo again. Want to do thorough research. I want to take which logo. I have take this one, the first one, the second one. No, let me pick this one. This one is very minimalistic. Let me pick this one. Take your screenshot. It is here. You say just new, and then you can draw, for example, here this one. No need of pasting or saving it. You come here and Control V. You have it there. That's the good thing about the big tool, and then you can hold Shift, enlarge it. This is actually doing industry research. The best way, you come to home all here on Google and then go inside the website. Then go into website that will pop up the first ones. go here, for example, avoid Pinterest, avoid Dribble. All these websites are stock websites. In order for you to do something like that, you can say e-learning on this one, on research. It's just a matter of you being creative. Say e-learning in order for you to get. Don't mention logo on it. What logo? It will bring you logos from stock resources. Just say e-learning like that. And if you say e-learning, it will bring you this website. It just depends with your location. For example, I'm based in Kenya. My first website, it is like Daystar e-learning. You open the website like this, you see this is Daystar. This is actually a logo for them, and you can actually take your snipping tool and then say new and come and take this logo. Yes, industry start. We do like this. You can't start downloading these images. You are just using for analysis. Then Control V to paste inside your artboard like that. Hold Shift like that. This is Daystar logo, and then you go to your Chrome like that. That's the way you get to go to this website. For example, I'm based in Kenya. How I get on now? It bring me the university around Kenya. It just depends on your location where you are, or you can say education. For example, education also that is actually also doing the any research. Just say education like that, and then in order for you to bring you the website. This thing goes with the location you are. Google actually uses the location where you are in order for you to actually provide you the best way now is just using this one, since it's actually based on the location. You need to actually use this one, and you can go down just to identify these logos the way for example, we have something like this is a logo, potential logos for this brand. Now you need to come up with a new one. For example, you can click on this and I have it here and take my screenshot. It is here, and then new. For example, I come here, we draw with you. You have this one. This is actually a good logo we shall consider in our mood board. Then Control V, and then we enlarge it. Have it here. That's the way I have done. How many? 4. I need to do like 2 or 3, and I will left you another one. That is the way you do your research. Like that. Then like that. You take it, you come into Illustrator, you Control V to paste it inside that, and then you actually enlarge it a little bit for you to actually see. Now you have this logo. These logos are combination. Many logos. We have this one is somehow. All of them are also almost combination, but this one is iconic combination. And the colors identify all these things. Now that is under research. You need to have such logos 10 to 15 in your mood board. I can't do all of them here. 10 to 15. Just come on Google Images here, look for these logos, copy them into your Adobe Illustrator software, open the software, and actually paste them. You come into images. There are many. You just come and look. There are many images here. Logos. You see this one is very good. You see on e-learning. You see this one. You see this one. You open it. For example, this one is from Pinterest. It is from Pinterest. You see the enemy website, Pinterest, and then you can actually take your screenshot. It is here. Like that, and then just draw how the logo, and then come into your Illustrator, then Control V, you have it there. That is actually doing industry research. Do it. 10 to 15 logos, have it in a mood board. Let's go back into our presentation. Now I have finished this one. I will do 10, 15, and then target audience. We need to have now target audience research. Bright Mind Academy should actually include teens and young adults between 13 to 25 years, and then parents and educators, people interested in digital and life skills. Those are under target audience research. Quick question to actually ask on that. You can actually ask, what kind of visual appeal to Gen Z? That's a question you can actually ask or research about it. What fonts feel modern but educational? And then you can actually ask something like, what values are important to this audience? For example, creativity, accessibility, and then tools you can actually use Google Trends or Google. You can go into Instagram, research on Instagram, go to Pinterest, research on Pinterest, go to surveys, go to forums for like Reddit, do those research there. Go to Google. Google is actually the best. Instagram and actually Pinterest. Pinterest also you can go there to actually do research of logo design. So, for example, here on target audience research, you can come, for example, take this question. I will provide a cheat sheet. It's in the comment section. You can download it, copy it, come into your web browser, place it here on the top. Let me get a new tab and just paste it there, like that, and then actually hit enter. And AI overview will actually provide with Gen Z gravitates toward visuals that are bold, vibrant, and expressive, often incorporating elements like bright, saturated colors and playful typography. You see that this is actually Google overview. It's somehow very good and very somehow good, accurate. And then you have something like this: how to design visual brand that appeal to Gen Z. You can open this. This one is actually logovend.com. This one is actually a blog that you can actually open. Do research. You know, people think logo is just do and they create a pam 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 and then you have finished. No, you need to do research. Come, for example, at this website. It is called logoform.com. This one, and then how to design a visual brand that appeals to Gen Z. Exactly the way I'm just teaching. And then you can go ahead and actually read this blog. This is actually a blog post that you can actually go ahead read it. Logo research is very, very crucial. You need to do research very, very properly. All these are actually, this is actually a blog post. You need to sit down, go to read, and actually read it. That's the way you actually do industry in any target audience research. That's the way you can do with the this one. For example, what fonts feel modern but educational, also do that research. This one also do many things. Now let's talk about competitor analysis. At similar platform or educational brands, real or fictional. Competitor analysis. Number one, we talked about industry research. You just go on the Google, for example, and then search. Competitor analysis, you now look for similar when any branch doing educational thing. For example, Han Academy, you can go to Han Academy, this is actually a competitor, check out their logo, then go to Coursera, check out the logos, and then go to Udemy, check out the logos, then go to Duolingo, check out the logo, and then go to Skillshare. That is actually competitor analysis, doing research of the competitor, identifying what the competitor doing. You need to study their logos, study their color schemes, and then you study their brand personalities, and then goal, find a way to visually differentiate Brightmind Academy while still staying relevant to the space. Now you don't copy, you just identify identify the difference, differentiate your logo from their competitors, and actually find a way of remaining on the space, relevant to actually remaining on the space. Let me show you. For example, I can take this Han Academy. This is a competitor to this Brightmind Academy that we are working on. Come here, then say Han Academy. You have identified this as a competitor. This is Han Academy. Enter into their website. Go inside the website, like that. Open the website. Wait it for it to actually load. This is actually the logo of Han Academy here. Now, you need to become very creative. Take your snipping tool. Don't worry about this popping ups on my screen. You just concentrate with what I'm doing. Then select the logo. It is here. That's the way. You have it. And then come into your Illustrator and then actually Control V, paste it, and then enlarge it for you to visually see it very well and see it. That is actually Han Academy. Do you see this iconic logo? That is the way you do. Let me go ahead and do something. For example, I can go to Coursera. Take Coursera. Go to YouTube, Google, Coursera. Paste Coursera. Have Coursera. Like that. This is Coursera. I've seen the logo, it is there. Now open the website. That is the website. Coursera. We don't have the logo here, but you can go to images. You can go to images here to actually find the logos. They have two logos, this one and this one. This one is actually just the word mark of the logo, the word mark type of logo for the brand. You just take a screenshot, have it, then just draw. That is the way you come into Illustrator, paste it, Control V. That is how your mood board you are creating. Creating, my friend, is very, it's not easy. People think logo design is something you just wake up and then do things, bam, you have a logo. No, something that you need to create. That is actually iconic letter mark for the iconic logo for this Coursera. Then do something like this. You have it there into your mood board, Control V to actually paste it, and then enlarge it for you to actually visually see. Do you see the way we are doing research? I told you, we start with industry research, competitor analysis, which we are talking about, and also we talked about the audience analysis, the target audience analysis, target audience research. Do you have only 3 types of research? Don't worry about all these things. Those are you need to go to actually do Udemy, go to Duolingo, go to Skillshare, check out those logos, take screenshots, and then study their logos. Alright, you need to go through their logos, their color schemes, go through the color schemes, and then their brand personalities. Goal: find a way to actually visually differentiate Bright Mind Academy while still staying relevant to the space. Mood board and visual inspiration. Once research is complete, create a mood board to organize your findings and include what? Color palettes, typography samples, and then icon styles, and then inspirational logos, and then layouts and symbols that relate to actually bright minds learning and growth. And actually tools, you can actually use which tool to actually create a mood board. There, use the tool you are actually using to create a logo. That is actually the best tool for creating a mood board. You can actually use Pinterest, Milanote, Canva, Figma, or even Physical Collage. You collage those images together or those logos together. That is actually the way. Now, synthesizing research into design direction. Here, now that you have collected raw information, you need to actually do what? Identify 3 to 5 keywords that summarizes your brand feel. For example, smart, fun, bold, uplifting, or innovative. Identify the keywords. And then choose a design style based on research. For example, modern, geometric, or rounded. That is actually choose the design style. And then go to pick iconic elements that match the research. For example, abstract, light bulb, brain with spark. Those are actually the synthesizing research and into design direction. This sets the tone for sketching in the next module that we'll be talking about. Now, what you need to actually do, take this practical activity, do it. If you are following me in here, hope you are learning something, and I'm actually glad to help you learn something in logo design. This is actually the broad field of brand identity design. All right, take the screenshot of the question and actually let's move on. Subscribe to the channel, like actually the video, share the video to your friends. That is the only way you can actually support Digital Computer Camp. Now, let's do a recap of key points that we were talking about in this module. This is actually module 3. We are going till module 14. Now, recap of key points that we are talking about. It is actual research forms the foundation of the intentional and impactful design. Focus your research on industry, audience, and actually competitors, and then use insights to make design decisions, not guesses. Mood boards help organize and visualize your creative direction. Consider actually that one. This is actually Alex, Digital Computer Camp. Like the video, subscribe, and actually follow. Share the video to your friend. Thank you, and follow, and actually keep tuned for more videos like this one. Meet you on module number 4. Thank you. Subscribe.